Okay, I've set up a quick demo of Netherlight, and we're going to be playing on easy mode. Setting it up, we have the map card here with one 8mm cube in the center that shows our current position, and we have the light track set to 5. We have one weapon, which is a sword that we're going to start with, and our hit points are at 9. We're going to take these 3 path cards, shuffle them, and place one of the 2 event cards on top. Use the event card for the area that you're not going to or going to be in. So when we start the game, we can go any direction we want. Each direction will lead to fire, earth, air, or water. If we go north, it's going to go to fire or air. If we go north or east, it'll go to fire or air. South or west, it'll go to earth or water. So we're going to go north. So we're going to take the water and earth card and put that on top of the path cards. And we'll have the fire air card at the ready. We roll d6 to indicate which path card we're going to use and the event that we're going to get from that path card. Roll a 5. So if we roll an odd number, we're going to use the top face of the bottom card. If we roll an even number, we're going to use the bottom face of the bottom card. So we draw a card from the bottom of the deck, and we're going to use the top face. And the very first move of the game is to a 3 position, which is there on the bottom left there. So you have 3, 2, and 1. So both 3 and 2 would both lead to this point. So we can only go west from here, and we have an event, which is the skulls there indicates a monster. We roll a 5, and we are moved 1 north into the fire zone, and our monster on a 5 is a shadow. Shadow has Shadow has 4 hit points, and he has the disarm ability. That's only used if we're ambushed, which we're not. If we had entered from the 1 position, or if the light track was at 0, we would have been ambushed. But neither one of those conditions are met, so we were not ambushed by this shadow. It's just a regular combat. So we set his hit points to 4, and we commence combat. Now, because we entered from the 3 position, that's a relatively defensible entrance. If it was from a 1 position, we'd be less defensible, but we have some maneuvering and mobility that we can do. So our defense is currently the entrance number plus 1. So we entered from 3, plus 1 is 4. So our defense is pretty good. And we'll get into combat right away here, apparently. So we set this die on our sword to 4, and we roll, in a 1-player game, these 4 dice to attack. Now you'll notice that this die here is the same color as this die here. Those dice are paired. This is the defense die. The green one here is the attack die. So we're just looking for a 5 or a 6 to hit. But this die here, since it's paired with the defense, if this die is equal to the defense die, we parry. And there's some special effects that happen, and we don't take any damage, and we don't lose our defense. If we roll lower than, which we did, we rolled terribly here, we exchange this die with this die. We don't take any damage, but our defense just went out the window. Now, any of these other dice that we rolled 1, 5, deal 1 damage at this point. So the order of operations there is, you check to see if your attack die deals damage, 5 or 6. If it does, you deal damage. Then you check to see if the monster deals damage to you, which he does. because we did not, or we did defend him, so he does not. So we don't take any damage. And then you check your remaining attack dice, and if they have a 5 or a 6, for each one you deal 1 damage. So we got 1 point of damage on this guy. He has 3 left. But now our defense has gone out the window. So now if we take any damage from this guy, instead of taking 1 damage, we're going to take 2 damage. Alternately, though, we have a choice now to forego rolling our other dice and just roll our attack die, and we can increase our defense to 2. And we're going to do that so that this guy doesn't critically hit us. So now this round I only roll 1 die, and I roll a 1 again. So he also doesn't hit me. And now I'm just going to say, okay, let's do this. Let's do this, Shadow. And I don't get any hits, and he hits me for 2. So now I'm at 7, and he's still at 3. And I hit him for 1, and remarkably, I rolled a 1, so I parried his attack. Even though my defenses were really low, I parried his attack, and I still got a hit off on him. Take that. Take that, Shadow. Now he's got 2 hit points left. Let's see if we can finish him off. I got him. I got 1 hit here. I got 1 hit here, but neither one of these are our attack die. So our attack die is resolved first. So we don't get a hit on this, so it deals no damage. And it is above our defense, which is currently 1. So he critically hits us. So we take another 2 points of damage. So we're down to 5 now. But our remaining 2 hits here get through and kill him off. So that's our first encounter. We got right in there, trial by fire. So now when you kill an enemy, you get to roll for treasure. And treasure roll is, you get a 3 or a 4, you get some gold. If you get a 5, you get to upgrade a weapon or gain a weapon. And if you get 6, you get a spell charge. So let's see what we get. We got a 3, which is 1 gold. So we take one of our 8mm cubes here, and we put that on the gold track on our character sheet. So we have 1 gold, and that can be used for a couple different things. All right, so from here we can only go west. We're currently in the very beginning of the fire region, and we need to get to one of these seal locations here. We need to get to one of these seal locations, which are the circles with the triangles. They're alchemical symbols for the elements. So we're currently just north of the entrance, and we're going to go west, and we're going to maybe see if we can get in the direction of one of those fire seals. So we roll d6, and we're going to draw from the bottom of the deck, and we're going to use the bottom face. So we're going to draw from the bottom. We're going to use the bottom face because it's an odd number. And we're going to the 1 position here because it's the only direction we can go. And now we move 1 west into this room here. And this area here, this region, has 1 path that leads north and 1 path that leads west. And we are ambushed because we entered from the 1 position. We were ambushed by the monster that we encounter here because we have another monster encounter. The roll was a 4, and that's going to be a fire spirit. So, fire spirit has 5 hit points. So we set his hit points to 5. He doesn't have any special abilities though. And our defense is the number that we entered from, which is 1 plus 1. So our beginning defense here is 2. So we set our defense to 2. And we see what this fire spirit has for us. Oh, and he ambushes us, so we take 2 points of damage. So we're not in good shape. We're down to 3 hit points already. Chances are we're not going to survive long. This is going to be a very short-lived demo. All right, so I got a 4 for my attack die, which is greater than my defense, so he hits me. I take a point of damage. I have 2 hit points left, but I got 2 hits off on him, so he's at 3 now. Move that from 5 to 3. Now, if I get really, really lucky, maybe I can take him out. It's unlikely. Well, look at that. So I hit him, and then he hits me. I got 1 hit point, but then I hit him 2 more times. So I kill him. I get to take his loot. Hope it's something good. And it's some gold. 2 gold now. So I'm up to a total of 4 gold. Sorry, 3 gold. I can count. Okay. So now we've, first 2 rooms, got our ass totally kicked, and we're going to see where we can go from here. So we can go north to 2, we can go west to 3. Let's see if we can turn this around. You never know. It's not looking good, but you never know. Okay. So we're going to go west to 3 because that's going to lead us towards the fire seal that's right there, and it's also a better chance of if we find some means of healing or something like that, there's a better chance that we'll heal more. So we're going to go to 3. All right, so we roll an even number, so we're going to draw from the bottom. Roll a 4. Roll a 4 there. So draw them from the bottom. Use the bottom face. And that's the sun icon, which is rest. So that's really good. So it doesn't lead us further west to the fire seal, so we're going to have to go around, but we can go north or south from here. It's not another horrible encounter. It's actually something pretty good. And we heal damage on a 3 or 4. What the encounter here is, let's see. We rolled a 4. And on a 4, we heal damage equal to the path, which was 3. So we're going to heal 3 points of damage, and we really needed that. So we're going to move our hit points up from 1 to 4, and at this point we're out of path cards, and we have an option here. Normally, you could remove a path card from the deck to rest here and get 2 more hit points, which would probably be great. But since we don't have any more path cards, the only way we can do that is to lower the light track by 1. And we don't want to do that because we're going to lower it by 1 now anyway, because we're going to be shuffling and moving on to another area. So normally it would be nice to rest here a little bit longer and get some hit points back, but unfortunately the fates are against us. So we're just going to shuffle these cards. We're going to choose the direction that we want to go, which is, let's say we're going to go south to 2, because if we go north to 1, there's a better chance that we'll get ambushed. So we're going to go south to 2, which is going to cross us over into the, so we're now just east of this fire seal, which is where we're going. We're actually in this position right here. So we can go south, which will lead us actually into the edge of the earth realm. So we can take one of these cards here, and these notches are paired with the notches on the path cards, and that's just the mnemonic so that after we shuffle the cards, we don't go, hey, wait, which direction were we going? What number were we on? So we can just take this here. That's the 2, and we're going south to 2. So when we put the new card down, it's pretty much going to be aligned like that. So we shuffle these guys, and because we're going to Earth, we're going to put the fire and air card on top of the deck, and the Earth guy is going to be where we're going. So we're going to roll a die, and we rolled a 5. So we're going south to 2. We move our guy. Draw from the bottom and use the top base because we rolled a 5. And aligned with the 2 on the north side because that's where we came from. And we got another monster. And a 5 in the Earth Realm is a zombie. And a zombie has 4 hit points. And he has the Sunder ability. Once again, that only counts if the Sunder ability only counts if we get ambushed by him or the light track is 1. We moved the light track down 1 because we shuffled these guys. So the light track is currently at 4. And you deal with the zombie. So the zombie has 4 hit points. So we set that up on this card here. So we put that on a 4 at the bottom of that card. And we entered from 2, and our defense is 1 plus the current path. So our defense is currently 3, which isn't terrible. Let's see if we can take this guy out. All right. So I rolled above enough to hit him. A 5 or a 6 will hit him. So I hit him for 1. So he has 3 hit points left. And then he does 1 point of damage to me. So I'm down to 3. Once again, not looking good. And then I do another point of damage to him. So he's currently at 2. And if I'm lucky, maybe next turn I can finish him off. All right, so I parry his attack. And I have the sword. And the sword's special ability is I deal 1 point of damage when I parry. So I deal 1 point of damage to him. Then he doesn't do any damage to me because I parried his attack. And I roll a 5 on one of these other 3 dice here. So that's another point of damage. And that takes him to 0 and kills him off. So look at that. I dodged a bullet again, scraping by with my 2 hit points. Okay, sorry, my 3 hit points. I got 3 hit points. I'm not going to shortchange my hit points. All right, so I'm feeling good now. Let's see what I get from him. I get another 2 gold. So now we're up to 5 gold. I'm like Mr. Moneybags. I got to find something to do with all this money because can't use it on my hit points. So from here, we can go west or east. And we're going to go west to 3 because that's a little safer. And that's if we get lucky and get a right-hand turn in our next path, we'll end up getting to that fire seal. So roll a 2 on our path roll. Draw from the bottom of the deck. We're going to use the bottom face. Line it with 2. Sorry, we're going to 3. Line it with 3. My bad. So we'll bring these guys up here. So this is the room we were in. We entered from 2 and we're going west to 3. And then this is the room that we connect to. So this is a trap. But it does give us a north access to that fire seal that we're looking for, which is awesome. So we move 1 west here. And the roll was a 2. We're still in the Earth Realm. So our trap is going to be a revolving room. All right, so a revolving room. For a trap, you roll 2d6. If you roll 5 or a 6, you succeed. Now for a revolving room, I need to get a 5 or 6 on both of these to avoid this. If I get 1 success, the room still revolves, but that's it. If I get no successes, it's going to revolve, and the only way that I can leave is through the lowest number option, which would be, in this case, 1. So let's see what happens here. I got no successes. I rolled a 4 and a 2. So this room here spins around like this. And now I still have access to the north. That is actually the only access that I can go, because now this path is closed off and this is the path that I entered from. So I can only go north. But north is where I want to go, but unfortunately that's going to lead to a 1, which potentially could lead to another ambush. So let's see what happens here. That wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible. Yeah, so I kind of dodged another bullet there. I got lucky. Okay, so our last move here, we're going to go north to 1 and see what happens. Roll a 1, so we draw from the bottom of the deck the last card, and we use the top face, and that is a place of power. It's a special location. It's a place of power. It's a sanctum. So it's actually a good place. And let's see what we got. Our roll was a 1, so we find a sanctum. So here is a place that it's essentially an altar, a place of power that we can sacrifice gold and pay homage for some special rewards. So I have some choices here. I can pay 2 gold. I can pay 1 gold to get 2 hit points back, and I can gain an elemental charge or a weapon of this element. And we're actually just moved north onto the fire seal. So after we deal with this encounter, we're actually going to get the fire seal too, which is great. And we can also get any charge or any weapon that we want for 3 gold. So we're in fire, and I have the sword, so I can spend 2 gold. So I got 5 gold. I can spend 2 of that. Now we got 3 gold left, right? And I'm going to upgrade my sword. So now my sword has the 2nd level, and that means that I can no longer be ambushed. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. Now I still got 3 gold left. So I can heal 2 hit points for 1 gold. And I currently have 3. I'm just going to spend the rest of my gold. I'm going to heal myself all the way up. Look at that. I'm ready to roll. It's time to party. All right. So now I can go east or west from here. And we're going to have to shuffle the deck and see if we can get back to the entrance, because we're playing on easy. So now we're here, and we just need to get back to the center here. If we were playing on a higher difficulty level, we'd have to get more seals before we could leave. So you have easy, normal, hard, and legendary. So we're playing on the easy mode, just need 1 seal. So let's do it. See if we can get out of here. We can go east. So we're going to place this like this, because we're going to be going to 2 to go east. So we're currently here, and we can go east or west because we came from the south. And I'm just going to put this card down as a placeholder to show that that's where we're going. So we do that, shuffle these 3 cards. And then put that on top. Move the light track down 1. So we still got a good amount of light left. Once the light's gone, we're pretty much going to get ambushed all the time, which is terrible. So we roll a 4, we draw from the bottom, and we're going to the 2 locations, so we get a monster. Our defense is already 3. That's what it's going to be for this fight. So it's already set there. All right, we're back in fire now. We've moved east 1, and on a roll of a 4, we have another fire spirit. So for a fire spirit, he's got 5 hit points. But I'm set up now. I got 9 hit points. I can probably take this guy out. Set this guy's hit points up, put it on 5. Alrighty. So I hit him for 1. He hits me for 1, and then I hit him for another 1. So he takes 2, and I take 1. He's down to 3, and I'm down to 8. That was a pretty good roll. I got him for 1. He hits me for 1, and then I get him for another 2, and that kills him. So 2 rounds, not bad. Thought that was going to take a little longer. 2 rounds, and he only got me for 2 points of damage, so I'm at 7 hit points. Let's see what kind of loot's this guy's got. And that is 1 gold piece. All right, I'll take 1 gold piece. I didn't think that gold was going to be useful before, but then I got it, healed up, and upgraded my sword, so you never know. All right, so now we can go, the only direction we can go north or we can go west. So normally these cards here that have the switchbacks, if you play them after another path card is already played, you'll typically won't be able to go back the way you came. So we entered from 2. So we could go west to 3 if we want and end up back where the fire seal was. It's not going to help us because we're trying to get to the entrance, or we can go north to 1. So unfortunately, we're going to want to go north to 1. We could go west, but it's not optimal. So we're going to end up taking the more dangerous road. So we roll, and we get a 6. Draw from the bottom. Use the reverse face. We go north to 1. All right, and this is another sun. So we rolled a 6. So luckily we don't get ambushed by anybody. And on a 6, we actually gain a fire charge. So we got our first spell charge. So we put that on our character sheet on the fire icon. And that's going to allow us to do a couple different things. We can cast a couple different spells. Let's see, Light is a spell that we can cast with that. We can cast Earthquake. We can cast Transmute. So those are the 3 spells that we can cast with that fire charge. So that's pretty handy. That might come in real handy as we get closer to the entrance, because we might want to cast an Earthquake to maybe open up a path for us. We're pretty good on Light right now. We still have a bit of ways to go. So in easy mode, Light usually isn't a big problem. But on harder difficulty levels, Light can be a very, very big problem. So from here, we can go north or west. And we'll cut the demo here for now and continue on another time. But that's pretty much basically how the game is played. That was a pretty fun demo. Had some good thrills there. I thought I was going to die terribly early on, but I managed to dodge a few bullets there. That was really good. So that's pretty much it for Netherlight. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll have a rule book out soon.